there's still somebody over top of you making sure things go correctly.
Yeah.
Well,
Like Scrubs. Did you ever watch Scrubs?
I saw a couple
I did.
episodes years ago.
Yeah.
Years ago. I just wasn't a TV person back then.
So, what are your plans for the future? You know, like, where are you living now?
I'm currently back home, in which home is a multi-location place, but I'm back where I grew up at with my mother and my brother in Pennsylvania, in eastern Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Okay.
That way, when I was still not able to walk and that kind of thing, somebody
yeah.
was able to get me places because I couldn't push the wheelchair with my left hand being how it was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's
Needed the help.
you can't walk and you can't squeeze, and I can totally relate to that. Because that's still where I'm at. So I can feel your pain.
Yeah, which part of the struggle is now that as I was becoming more mobile, I was able to do things for myself. But my wonderful mother, who has helped me so much through all this, would be like, "Can I get you this? Can I get you this?" So I was like, "Mother, I will let you know if I need something.
Right.
Please
Over
give me space,
willing to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it took some adjusting for her and for me to be like, "Hey, no, I can do this myself. Let me do it myself."
Yep.
Wow. So in terms of recovery, though, I mean, this is remarkable. You're recovering pretty quickly, and
Thankfully, I have. Most of the doctors are like, "Wow, it's going really well for you," and we can't believe that you're this far along.
Right. So what surgeries, if you have two left, what are they?
Yeah. So my left knee, I tore my ACL, PCL, MCL ligaments.
Wow. The whole thing.
And thus, the only reason I'm walking is because of a lovely knee brace. I appreciate this knee brace very much.
Wow.
So I'll get that knee surgery. It had been putting, had been put off longer than I had thought it would be because I needed to get stronger. And in the end, the doctor knew what he was doing and made the right decisions to keep saying, "No, not this month. No, not this month," because the progress that has been made in each of those months, it's like, wow, that was the right decision. And so I'm super excited tomorrow to go chat with the doc and hopefully get a date scheduled out. Hopefully for next week, but we shall see what his schedule allows.
Yeah, sure.
So what the hell hit you?
A pickup truck.
Okay.
A pickup truck. With all that, it had to have been.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Man. And do you know how fast they were going or what the situation was, why they didn't see you or anything like that?
Do not. I know that it was we didn't see her thing, but I don't know any more of the circumstances.
Because you don't remember it, right?
Yeah.
Right, but on top of that...
Do you even remember... Sorry, do you even remember where you were?
No. I had to be... when I was told by my friends, the paramedics who worked it, they told me where it was, and I went, "Oh, okay, I know where that's at."
Yeah.
But I don't know. This driver did not have a driver's license.
Ooh.
So whether it was just poor driving and not constantly scanning ahead or where the sun was or what it was.
Were they underage?
No.
Okay.
No.
So just someone that had their license suspended and chose to drive anyway. Yeah.
It was never gone.
Oh.
This is the fourth time they've been cited for driving without a license.
Wow.
I think it's about time to get a license, buddy.
Yeah. If you get out of jail soon.
I know. Wow.
So as far as I know, only a citation came from that.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask you. What happened? Well, I mean, at least they had good insurance? I mean, is that what paid for all of these surgeries? What?
Well, the truck he was driving had insurance from the owner, but it was not his truck.
Oh, geez.
So I don't totally know where that's at.
Yeah.
Insurance-wise, there is a lawyer involved. So thankfully, because they know how to deal with the system that we don't at all. medical insurance has pitched in as well, which means we've maxed out our deductible. So when it came to the other surgery I have left, my right thumb has a ligament that was torn as well. And initially I did have some pain in my right hand, but I thought my right extremity got away without injury. But as the days went on and I would be doing certain tasks, it would kind of feel like my thumb was about ready to dislocate or separate. So I decided to bring it up to my orthopedic doctor here, and he said, yeah, that's something worth getting figured out and getting operated on, because it's gonna bug you in the future.
Yeah.
And so since I've maxed out my deductible, I said, all right, let's get it done this year.
Yeah. So you have 2 more surgeries scheduled for this year. And so after that are already done, hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm really excited to get them done, because I can be like, okay, now we're in the final section of this part of the journey. Just work on getting stronger.
That's your racer's mentality.
Yep. Yes. So in terms of, I kind of want to dive into a little bit of the psychology here then. In terms of you going out and riding again at some point, maybe not doing races like you did back in the day, but going out and riding, is that something that your brain just feels like, yeah, that's fine, I can do that, because you don't remember? Or where are you at on that?
It's a mix of things. And the basic, one thing I do get tired of people telling you, which they do it out of the love of their heart, and I appreciate it. Initially it was like, haha, yeah. Now it's kind of like, I'm tired of hearing this. But I get told, don't ever ride your bike again. Don't do it. And then I'm like, well, maybe I will. Please have confidence in my decision-making abilities. When I had my traumatic brain injury, I did a race or not race again, and I did a risk versus benefits, and I said it's not worth the risk of racing, so I'm just going to ride recreationally. Now that I've had this event, it's risk versus benefit. I don't know if I will ride again, because is it worth the risk? Well, I will definitely do indoor training.
Sure.
Do you ever mountain bike or whatever?
I never did, because I didn't like the fact that the ground wasn't necessarily solid, riding over rocks that moved. But that might be something that I decide to go the route of, or doing just bike trails or the bike paths or something like that.
Well, honestly, I feel like you need it.
Yeah.
After getting on the bicycle at rehab this past week, I thought my ortho doctor was joking every time I'd walk in. He'd be like, have you been on the bike yet? Ha ha ha, have you been on the bike?
Yeah.
And at first I thought he was joking. But then I realized he meant actually, because it is good for ligamentous injury.
It totally is,
the strengthening and whatnot. So
There's
I told
impact.
I told the physical therapist, I was like, I think he actually meant getting on a bike at therapy to help with range of motion and strength. And so I got it on, and initially I could do a 3/4 circle is what I could get. And then, but I did figure out how to pedal very incorrectly, in the essence of my ankle was turned and my foot was very far down on the pedal. And I was able to do a full circle with that bad pedal stroke, but it felt so good. It was like I was getting back what I had missed, and just,
if nothing else, I feel like that's a good option for you, going on a mechanical bike or whatever.
And I mean, in residency, at least for the first year, there was 2 things about it. One, I won't have much time. It's those long drag out weeks. You're the underdog, got to get stuff done. But also the area that I'm at, I'm not sure that I would trust riding alone on a bike as a female.
Sure.
So I think, bottom line, Laredo, Texas is not the place that I'll be riding outside at necessarily, but I will definitely be doing indoor stuff, because it'll fit better with my schedule and dealing with residency. But I will stay active. And
staying active creates more opportunity, more opportunity to do the things that you love,
For sure. Even from just going into work and having a healthier, happier mentality.
For sure.
It's really key in my world.
Yeah.
Well, plus, you can be that example to other people that know you and just be like, hey, this doesn't stop me.
Yeah.
Even though I may not go out and, ride in the street again with a bunch of other, crappy drivers.
Yeah. And that's kind of why we were so excited to get you back on the podcast, because for one, like, you had already gone through a brain injury, and I feel like that is that takes a certain kind of person to get through that. And like, I wanted to see what your physical therapy was like for this incident.
Yeah, it was much more physical therapy based. I got quickly done with the cognitive therapy this time around.
And they had you doing that?
They did, because I don't remember the event.
Oh, okay.
I technically am classified as a mild traumatic brain injury.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I didn't have any hemorrhage in my head or anything like that, so that's where it wasn't upgraded from there.
Did you had a helmet on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wear your helmets, everybody.
brand.
Everybody here, just wear a freaking helmet.
Oh man, I'm gonna post a picture of that.
What the bike looks like, yeah.
of
And that's
the
what
bike.
her head would look like if she didn't.
It's amazing you're even living,
Really?
like after seeing pictures of your bike, I don't know how you made it.
Wow.
God has a hand in what he's doing, and I'm very grateful for that. It might seem during it where I'm like, I don't understand why. Is there a reason why I wasn't supposed to be down in Laredo, Texas yet? Is there a reason why, which kind of scares the crap out of me? Is there a reason why I needed to come spend time with my family up here in Pennsylvania? And
You
might
never
not know
huh?
it now. It might be in the future that I figure it out.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
Yeah, maybe it's as simple as someone around you or in your family was going through something and they needed this opportunity to help you get better, and that's important in itself.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, man, you've gone through a lot in just in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing stuff.
I will say it was fun to go through this without such a head injury, in the essence of I could really compare my two experiences, where before I didn't have as much physical injury, and so it was a lot of cognitive rehabilitation, and then now going through this, it was a lot more physical. And so I think...
So what's harder?
I feel like traumatic brain injury, the cognitive is so much harder.
Okay.
Physical, I could set my mind to do something, and there were days of frustration.
Yeah.
I was very good at keeping my guard up, but it broke through at times. It did.
And just not being able to move like you want to is so hard,
It's scary.
Yeah, it
and
is.
the way I figured out to explain it to people, what it was like, it was when I figured out how to explain it to my dad, is if you set your hand on your thigh and then you look at your hand and tell it to come up off, like look at it in your head, go raise up, but don't lift your hand.
Yeah.
Just look at it and say raise up and let it sit there. That's what it feels like. It's a weird thing. You're telling it with your whole body. You're like, get up, and it doesn't.
You're just trying to make it move, like in any way.
Yeah, that's got to be really hard. I mean, I haven't been through any injury like that at all, traumatic brain injury, but I could see how that would be worse.
Yeah.
Than the physical stuff.
And for me, like the talking, like I couldn't even talk, and that was, I don't know if it was more frustrating or what, but it stands out more to me.
And here you are hosting a podcast.
Yeah.
Like a boss.
Talking away.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The other thing with the nerve injury, as it was regrowing back in and reintegrating the muscles, is that's a slow process.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I think it's like 1 millimeter a week or something, or 1 millimeter a month. I don't quite remember. So here I was making such great gains with my lower extremities at physical therapy, and months after, just still my hand was slowly getting there, but it took me a good 3 months, at least, I think 3.5 months before I could extend my wrist. So lift my hand up off my thigh. and it was just going so slow. So the day that it finally